let's talk about something that a lot of us feel but maybe don't say out loud: prayer. We're going to dive into why it can sometimes feel so, well, one sided. And more importantly, we're going to figure out how to fix it.
I mean, have you ever been there? You're pouring your heart out, you're asking for things, you're sharing what's on your mind, and it just feels like you're talking to an empty room, like your words are just bouncing right back at you. It is such a frustrating feeling, right?
There's actually a name for this. It's called spiritual dryness. And that's exactly what it feels like, isn't it? A desert. You're looking for this dynamic, living connection, but all you get is silence. But what if that silence isn't a sign that no one's there? What if it's actually an invitation to listen? Okay, so what's really happening when we feel this way? Well, a huge part of the problem comes down to how we see prayer in the first place. For many of us, it's not really a conversation, it's more of a monologue. I mean, think about your own routine. So often we show up with our to-do list for God, right? Here are my needs, here are my worries, here's a quick update on my day. We deliver the speech, tack on an amen at the end, and that's it. We're on with our lives. There's no pause, no quiet, no space left for any kind of reply. And this brings us to a really, really important distinction. It's kind of the whole heart of the issue, actually. The question is, are we talking to God or are we talking with God? Let's break this down. When you're talking to God, it's almost like a business transaction. You bring your list of requests, and the main focus is on getting an answer or getting something you want. It's a monologue. But talking with God, that's totally different. That's about relationship. You're not just bringing a list, you're bringing your whole life. The good stuff, the messy stuff, all of it. The focus shifts from just getting things to simply connecting. And that is when a monologue can finally start to become a real dialogue. So the big question is, how do we actually make that shift? How do we go from monologue to dialogue? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's not about talking more or trying harder or being louder. The path forward lies in a simple but honestly a revolutionary practice: stillness. This is where it all starts. Before any fancy techniques or complicated prayer methods, there's this ancient, powerful invitation: be still. It's not an instruction to do more. It's an instruction to do less. It's a call to just pause, to stop striving and just be present for a moment. And we need to be really clear about what stillness is and what it isn't. This isn't about trying to force your mind to go completely blank. That's almost impossible. Instead, think of it as an act of choice. You are intentionally quieting all the noise of your own talking, just for a little while, to create a space where you can actually hear. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but what does it look like in real life? How do we start? Let's get super practical and just walk through the very first steps you can take to build this rhythm of stillness into your day. Seriously, it's simpler than you think. First, just find a quiet moment. It could be 2 minutes in your car before you go inside, or a few minutes before anyone else in the house wakes up. Just find a little pocket of quiet. Second, and this is the hardest part for most of us, put your list away. Intentionally decide that for this moment, you're not going to ask for anything. Third, just be present. That's it. Notice how you're feeling, what's going on inside, no judgment. And finally, number 4, listen. And listen doesn't have to mean hearing some booming voice from the clouds. Listening can be noticing a sudden feeling of peace, or a new idea about a problem you've been stuck on, or just a quiet sense of comfort. It's just about being open in the quiet. And that's the whole point. Every one of those simple steps is just a tool to help you do one thing: to transform your prayer from a monologue into a dialogue. So if this is resonating with you at all, I want to invite you to do something right now. It's a small way to make a commitment to yourself. Just go down to the comments and type "I'm listening." Let's build a whole community of people who are ready to give this a try. I'll just leave you with this one last thought to chew on. We spend so much time and energy trying to make sure our voice is heard, right? But what if we have it backwards? What if the real secret, the very first step to truly being heard, is to finally learn how to listen?